Ella, Part 2, A Hug for Gabby, by Jackie Gabrielle, copyright 2011. Ella left her dog home. The adventure she was going on required her full attention. He would be happy staying with her mom. Linda, Ella's mom, thought of the dog as her grandson anyway. The Westie enjoyed the daily walks and all the treats that she showered him with. Yes, leaving him at home was best. The new woman in Ella's life brought her home with her, a 1978 Scamp. The little 13-foot travel trailer would be their home for a while. Ella and Gabby would be living in this home on wheels while they traveled to California. Gabby had never been past the Mississippi River, and going out west to get a recommendation to use medical marijuana was her dream. She was looking forward to getting to know Ella better, too. Friends and family had helped the couple prepare the trailer for travel. It took 2 months of work. The group did things like fix lights, wiring, the toilet, air conditioner, and weld hitch components, to name a few of their tasks. Gabby had given or thrown most of her belongings away. Ella, too, had boxes of things from times past that she had to find other homes for. Still, the Scamp was crammed full. All Ella could think of was Tybee Island. Neither of them had any idea where it was, but that's where they were headed. According to the AAA directions, it was somewhere near Savannah, in Georgia. It was a tenuous start. The trailer door kept coming open. The little convoy couldn't travel 100 yards without the door flopping open. They tried a bungee cord, and that only kept the door from flying all the way open. Then, at 9:08 a.m., success. By lifting slightly on the door as they closed it, the latch was positioned to catch perfectly. At last. As they pulled out from the gas station and onto northbound Highway 1792, Ella asked Gabby to look back every now and then to check if the door was still shut. "Okay, honey," was her reply. All the while, though, she was thinking, "Really? I'm going to enjoy this trip. No worries, man. California, here I come." As fate would have it, she didn't have time to forget to check the door, because no sooner than Gabby started to relax, Ella asked, "Is the door still closed?" As a matter of fact, every 2 miles she heard, "Is the door still closed?" Until Gabby couldn't take it any longer. "Yes, dear, the door is closed. It is still closed. It has been closed for the last 10 miles. Silence. Ella looked at her, hoping to explain the importance of the job she had asked Gabby to do. Before she could say anything, Gabby continued. "Honey," she started, "I promise you, the door is still closed, and it will stay closed. I take total responsibility for the door being closed. Just relax and drive until it's your turn, and then you can watch the door. Okay? Please?" There was a pause. "All right," Ella relented. She knew she was just nervous. It took a lot of effort for her to remember to relax. Her hands and knuckles showed it. They were almost totally white. She rested her palms on the steering wheel and stretched out her slender, delicate fingers. Wiggling them, she thought, "Ah, better." Taking a deep breath in and out, she relaxed. Soon she was daydreaming as they buzzed along the highway. She thought to herself, "I have nothing to worry about. I'm traveling across the country with a woman I've just met. I must be losing my mind. Worst of all," she imagined, "I know she has that medication of hers packed in the trailer somewhere." "Hey!" came a voice which shook her from her daydreaming. "The door!" "What?" asked Ella. "The door's closed," Gabby smiled at her. She leaned over and gave Ella a kiss on the cheek and massaged her leg. "I love you," she added. Ella smiled back at her. Maybe, she hoped, everything is going to be all right. The couple sped along the highway. That's if you can call 45 miles an hour speeding. Towing the little travel trailer with a proper truck would have been easy. These two adventurers, were using an SUV, though, a RAV4. Laughable, right? A 1,200-pound trailer being pulled by a puny 2,000-pound car. This is not the weight ratio most people would use. These two had high hopes, though, or maybe they were just high. Either way, they were doing it. Happily they drove, past towns which were little more than strip malls alongside the road, places with names like Benson Junction, Yulee, Fancy Bluff, and Silcope. Turn your head from left to right, and you had seen the whole town. They drove through nature of every description: vines, cattails, citrus trees, palm trees, oak hammocks, taking in the scenery as they drove over every kind of body of water: ponds, lakes, creeks, swamps, marshes, and rivers, miles and miles and miles. Then, at 3:30, Gabby spied a sign that read Savannah, 20. She piped up, "Look, look! We're almost there, 20 miles. "Okay," Ella replied. "Start checking that triptych and tell me what I need to do." "Well," started Gabby, "it looks like you continue along the coastal highway. That's North 17. She looked up, scanning the horizon for road signs. "Yes, stay on this road until we get to US 80. And then we're there." They made it to Tybee Island and only got partially lost one time. Pretty good navigating for beginners. The River's End campground seemed small and peaceful, nestled between trees and the ocean. There were campers of all sizes, Class A diesels, fifth wheels, pop-ups, and tents. The girls felt they were going to enjoy the camping life. Gabby's first order of business was to set up the trailer and go inside for her medication. She had looked up the possible consequences for getting caught with pot in Georgia. A misdemeanor and probation for less than an ounce. She'd chance it. She was a woman on a mission. She mused. "I wonder if my get-out-of-jail card from AAA would be any help to me. I'll have to look at that later." As she opened the trailer door to step out, there was Ella, setting up their chairs and putting ice in the cooler atop a 12-pack. All was right with the world. "Hey, cutie," she called. "Come in here for a second." Ella walked over to the trailer and stepped up into the camper. She moved into the small cabin, pulling the door shut behind her. She found herself pressing against Gabby, who moved back onto the opposing wall. "You're squishing me," she whined. Ella smiled and said, "You like it." Yes, I do," whispered Gabby. She pushed back against Ella. "Give me a hug," she asked. "What do you mean?" "A hug," explained Gabby, "like this." She took Ella's hand and cupped it over the soft, warm mound where her legs met. "Now squeeze," she urged. Ella curved her hand to fit Gabby's form and hugged. Responded Gabby. "Yes, a hug." To be continued.